We are live. We are live. We are live. What is good, my good people? Travell C.W. Lynch, Mr. What, and welcome to a Saturday edition, a pop-up edition of the I Am the Possible podcast experience, the place where possibilities become perspective. Guys, welcome once again into the I Am the Possible universe. Thank you so much for rocking with me, whether you are live or you're watching on the replay. As I always say, your presence is the greatest present that any of you guys could ever give me. So thank you so much for your time. Today, guys, I want to share with you in this pop-up edition how to take the next steps, even when you're scared. How to take the next step and you fill in the blank because you know what your next step is, even when you're scared. Guys, this past week, I was given the opportunity to do some things. Actually, I'm doing one of those things later on today, and I'm doing another one of those things on tomorrow. And these are speaking engagements. These are things that I am used to doing in terms of speaking and communicating and sharing. But these are some new ones for me. This is a new space, a new realm, a new thing. And as I was preparing this week for these new things, there were moments where I questioned my confidence. My confidence wasn't where I wanted it to be. And you can call that being scared, you can call that being concerned, but the way that my week unfolded, just the busyness, the grind, I wasn't able to, at least in my own mind, right? I wasn't able to prepare. I wasn't able to get ready. I wasn't able to have all of my ducks in a row. I wasn't able to cross all of my T's and dot all of my I's. I wasn't able to get to the place where I'm super confident in my ability to do the thing. Now, I'm going to do the thing, but throughout this week, to be honest, I was a little scared. Like, man, how is this going to play out? How are they going to perceive me? What are they going to think of me? How is this going to work? Because I'm used to having more prep time. I'm used to investing more research and study and preparation in order to do the thing. I'm used to a certain way of approaching this thing that I do and that I love. But in this context, in this crazy week that I've had, the stressors and the complications and the internal dialogue and all of these complications, right, was just coming at me, right? And different people pulling at me and different things coming at me. And it was just one of those very stretched weeks. And so I began to lose confidence in my ability to show up and here's where the problem starts: performing the way that I want to perform. Now, guys, listen to me. There's nothing wrong with performance in and of itself. I'm just sharing with you the context, right? Performance in and of itself, there's nothing really wrong with performance. You should be prepared. You should be ready to perform well. You should know your stuff. You should be ready to do the thing. And whatever it is for you, you name it, you frame it, you put it into your context. But I believe that there is someone out there who needs this word of encouragement, this word of insight, this word of inspiration, because there's something that you are to do. See, I know that I'm to do these things. These are good things. I'm supposed to do these things. But you get a little scared sometimes. And sometimes when we get scared, we either don't do it at all. We find a way to fail. We find a way to shrink back. We make up some excuse, or we show up and we don't give it our best and we cop out and we shrink back and we are full of regrets and we're full of self-hatred and self-judgment and self-criticism, and it gets real messy. So guys, I want to take you through the process of what I experienced this week, right in the midst of this crazy week, and starting to feel not so confident in myself, starting to doubt some things and starting to question some things within my heart. Even though I know these things are good, even though I know I'm supposed to do these things, the voices in our heads, man, the stuff that just creeps in, that just challenges our ability to walk in confidence, it happens to the best of us. And it happened to me this past week. And so when it happened, and as it was happening, because this was happening multiple days, where I just kind of felt lost, I kind of felt, insecure. I just didn't have a good grip on this situation and my preparation for these things that I knew that I was to do. And maybe you're in that place where you don't have a lot of confidence, you don't have a strong grip on your ability to perform and to do a thing and to show up the way that you want to show up. Maybe it's a job interview that you don't feel prepared for. Maybe you're going into a new relationship. Maybe you're going into a new job. Maybe you're going back to school. Maybe God's given you an opportunity to do something and you said yes to it. But once you said yes, doubt and fear and worry crept in. I don't know what it is for you, man, but I felt that I needed to do this pop-up version today because somebody like me, we sometimes doubt, even though we've been doing this thing forever, right? I've been speaking for over 20 years. I've been doing this thing forever, but that doesn't make me any less susceptible to the fear and to the doubt and to the worry and to the stress that just comes with life. I'm human and you're human and we're human. And so I just hope and pray that through me sharing this process, that it might help you. And like I put in the description, guys, I'm going to share with you the step I took by God's grace. And maybe if you would take this step when this is applicable to you, then it would help you to get through your challenge as well. So guys, I'm preparing, I'm getting ready, right? I'm working on things. The fear, the doubt starts to creep in. And I really start to question, man, how is this going to work out? And it was in that questioning where I just felt like God put it on my heart, like he spoke to me, like he impressed it upon my heart. Travell, you're going at it again on your own. Travell, you're doing this again on your own. See, sometimes, guys, and this is the truth, especially when you are a high achiever, especially when you are a perfectionist, which is rooted in fear, by the way, especially when you aim to do things at a high level, especially when you want to do things extremely well, and you have in the past done things extremely well, it is easy for us. It is easy for you to, as they say, get lost in the sauce. You start smelling yourself. You start thinking that it's you and you're able to do X, Y, and Z, right? Like my wife always tells me, right, whenever I have a speaking engagement or something like that, she always says, "You got this, you got this." Now I get what she's saying. She has confidence in my ability to communicate effectively. So I get what she's saying. But sometimes we can think we got this. And it's in these moments like this past week when I think I got this, I am faced with a challenge. I'm faced with an opportunity. I'm faced with something, and you may be faced with something right now where the truth is you come to grips with the fact that no, you don't got this. When we start thinking we got this, whether it's God, whether it's life, whether it's whatever, life kind of comes around and says, "Do you really got this? Are you that dope? Like it's all you? Really? Maybe you need to humble yourself." And I wasn't even planning on sharing all of these things, but they're just coming to heart, right? Because again, I just felt led to do this pop-up version, so someone needs to hear it. This is for someone. You start feeling yourself, and life will say, "Oh, you got this." Because see, I'm learning not to put everything on God, right? Because I don't know God like that. And the truth is, neither do you. We need to, that's a side note. We need to stop knowing or thinking that we know God so well. So I'm consciously not telling you what God is doing and what God is saying because I don't know it like that. Can I just be 100? I love not knowing God like that because it keeps the fire burning for me to continue to seek him and get closer to him. So I'm okay with saying I don't know God like that. Again, that's for another show. But back to the regularly scheduled program, right? You start thinking that you got this, and life gives you an opportunity to see that you don't got this. And I believe that in that moment, God was saying, "Oh, Mr. Lynch, you are doing this on your own again, and you don't have to." See, I don't know if you know this or not, and I won't go down that rabbit hole or down that trail because that would just derail the whole show. But we are to partner with God. We are to partner with the Holy Spirit. We are to partner with Jesus. We are to partner with God. This is a partnership. He has a part. We have a part. This is a collective effort. And the moment that we detach ourselves, unknowingly, by the way, the moment that we detach ourselves from partnering with God, it's soon to come when we are going to be faced with our own limitations, our own humanity, and we're going to realize, man, no, you don't got this. Now, by God's grace and mercy and love and kindness, he provided me a solution. And that's what I want to share with you right now. Because today, when I do the thing later on today, when I do the thing tomorrow, today, now, my confidence has been restored. Now I'm back in a place of knowing that I don't got this, but we do. We do. We got this. And so can you. How to take the next step in your context, even when you're scared. Number one, admit that you're scared. Awareness is everything. Start with I'm scared. I'm scared to death. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared and I don't know how this is going to turn out. That's natural. That's human. It's okay. I give you permission to be scared. I give you permission to be honest with yourself. You're scared. I'm scared. You're scared. We're all scared if we're able to admit that, right? So, number one, just be aware. Yep, I'm scared. Okay, now what's the next step? I want to share with you these scriptures that put it all back in perspective, baby. Remember, this program, this podcast is about putting our possibilities into perspective. Well, guys, it is possible. Yes, it is possible for you to take the next step even when you're scared. It's possible for you to do this thing. And here's why. But blessed is the one who trusts. And I put a little italics in the Lord. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Dopeness alert. Dope life alert. Dope living alert. Confidence alert. Guys, when we are blessed, we are empowered to succeed. Good things come our way. Things work out. Things go our way. Things pan out. Things are going to be okay. When? Blessed is the one who puts his trust, who trusts in. See, let me come back, man, because now I'm getting excited. Listen, guys, I don't know if you know this or not. Confidence has a source. Confidence has a source. Readiness has a source. For you to be confident, you put your faith in something. The problem is, and I'm gonna say this real slow. The problem is, and I've been there, I've done that, and I got the t-shirt and the hat to match. Guys, we will put our confidence, aka trust, because that's what confidence is defined as. When you look it up from its word origin, confidence truly is trust, right? We put our trust in unreliable sources, undependable sources, unstable sources. And then we wonder why our confidence runs out. Guys, if I put my trust in me, it's going to run out. If I put my trust in you, it's going to run out. If I put my trust in the internet, it's going to run out. If I put my trust in social media, it's going to run out. If I put my trust in the government, it's going to run out. If I put my trust in the stock market, it's going to run out. If I put my trust in anything other than God, it's only a matter of time before it runs out. Why? Because all those things have limitations. All of them. Everything I just named has a limitation, has a barrier, has a ceiling. It can only go so far. It can only produce so much. It can only be so much for you. It can only show up so much for you. And at some point, you are going to be faced with something that only God can get you through. Only God. So when we put our trust in anything other than Him, it's just a matter of time before that trust, AKA that confidence, it's going to fail. It's going to fail because you put it in a source that is unreliable. It is undependable. It is unstable. This economy, unstable. Stock market, unstable. The government, unstable. Other people, unstable. I think you're starting to get this. Guys, he said, yo, man, come on back, buddy. Buddy, come on back. Partner with me. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence, oh my goodness, whose confidence is in Him. They will be like a tree planted by the waters that sends out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when the heat comes. Oh my goodness. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit. Guys, oh my goodness. Okay, here it is. If you got some fear, like I had, right? If you got some worries, like I had, right. And if you feel a little dry, right, that's the drought, right? You feel a little dry in your spirit, right? And you feel like you have failed or that you're about to fail. Oh my God. God said, come on, man, trust back in me. And what does that look like? What does that look like? It looks like going to God and saying, I acknowledge my limitations to do the thing. Show me, speak to me what I am able to do with and through you. You put the emphasis back on God. You put the emphasis back on God. And then you get quiet. You cut off the internet. You cut off the Facebook. You cut me off. You cut everything off. You get your butt somewhere quiet and you allow God to center you. Confidence comes through centering. Centering is nothing more than focusing this thing called your mind onto a thing long enough to get a revelation, to get a new idea, to get a new imagination, to get a new something going on, working in your heart and working in your mind. Guys, when you're limited, when you're scared, when you're worried, when you're fearful, when you're timid, you are focusing on something that didn't just pop up, that didn't just show up. That confidence or lack thereof is the result of your concentration. You're concentrating on something. You're putting your focus on something. Remember, I taught you guys, wherever your focus is, you are feeding and fueling that thing. It's becoming bigger in your own eyes. It's becoming bigger in your own eyes. I can look at it and say, all right, it ain't nothing. You look at it and say, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. Why? Because it's bigger in your eyes because you're focusing on it. So how do I partner with God? How do I walk in this confidence? How do I get over my fear, my worry, my stress, my doubt, my all it? How? You focus on God. When you start observing how big God is, boy, you or girl, you just, your confidence starts going through the roof. The God of the sun that none of us can take credit for, the God of the moon that none of us can take credit for, the God that just keeps changing the seasons that can't none of us take credit for, the God that dug the ocean deep that can't none of us take credit for. See, what happens is we so tied up on the internet and we're so tied up on looking at other people and we're so tied up looking at regular stuff by regular people that we get all enamored and we get all overwhelmed by how dope people are. And we forget how to observe the simple things of life, which is actually pretty astounding. Like the sun, it just kind of keeps coming up like every day. Man can't take credit for it. That's pretty dope. And if God could do something that miraculous, like when you actually pause and really think about it, if he can do something that miraculous, what can't he do in and through my life? See, it's that observation. It's that getting quiet and getting still and getting centered and looking around you, ladies and gentlemen, and simply observing what already is. That's how you put your trust in God. You take a look at God, you take a long look at God. I'm giving you 3 or 4 examples, but you can take it to any level you want to take it. For me, I just love going outside, right? Going out my front door and looking up in the sky and knowing that there is not a man walking on this earth that can take credit for the beauty and the glory that I can behold by simply looking up. I'm gonna let that sink in. I'm gonna let that soak, let that marinate, as we say, right? How dope is that? You can go outside right now. If you're watching me on your cell phone, go outside right now. Just go right now. Look up. No one you know can take credit for that. Mm-mm. It ain't happening. Nobody invented the sun. Now, we got some dope innovators. We got some dope people that's doing some amazing innovation in this world. Amazing ideas, but ain't none of them. Can't nobody say, I made that. That sun, that moon, that sky, them clouds, that ocean, the mountains. Mm-mm. And we just getting started. So, guys, I think I've said enough, right? In terms of just looking at God. Here go another one. Oh my goodness. But those who trust in, AKA, put my confidence in the Lord for help, this is the result. They will find their strength renewed. And that's what I'm experiencing right now, real time, right in front of you. And if you want a piece of this, all you got to do is do what I did. Take it back to God. Make him your partner again. Stop running solo. Stop doing it on your own. Then it goes on and says, here's some bonus for you. They will rise. You want to get up? You want to get up out of your slump, out of your place of complacency? You want to move forward? He says they will rise on wings like eagles. They will run. You want some progress without being held back? He says you will run and not get weary. They will walk and not grow weak. Oh, man. I'm giving you the game, baby. I'm giving you the game. Guys, the only reason why I can speak with such confidence, why I can speak with such, like I believe this is, number one, because I do, but because I'm experiencing it. I struggle just like you struggle. And just like I got away from the partnership this week, it's likely that I'll get away from it again. If I can be totally honest, because we're people, man. We're humans. That's why we need God. And that's why it's so awesome and so dope that God would want a relationship with us. Because when you really look at yourself, you are frail. You are. You are raggedy. You are. I am. We're all scared. We're all trying to figure it out. Ain't nobody got this. Don't nobody know everything. Stop it. We don't. Them people that you impressed with, that you looking up to in a just a way where it's like you're not just admiring them, but you're like idolizing them. Come on, man. They flesh and blood, baby. They people. They people just like this, flesh and blood, just regular flesh and blood, just people. I'm not saying don't be not to admire people and not to honor people. No, that's good. We should honor each other. We should love each other. We should, celebrate one another. Absolutely. But this idolizing and this worshiping and looking to other people, again, I'm just kind of flowing off track again. So let me come on, get back. But somebody needed to hear it. So, guys, I'm about to wrap it up, man. About to wrap it up. Again, how to take the next steps, even when you're scared. Number one, admit that you're scared. Starts with that. Just, yep, I'm scared. Yep, yep. I don't want nobody to know I'm scared. Pfft, whatever. I want progress. And if it means that I can get where I'm trying to go by admitting that I'm scared, sign me up. I'm scared. You scared. We all scared. I'll say it for you. So admit that you're scared. Number one. So number two, come on, man. Acknowledge the dopeness of God, dude. Acknowledge the dopeness of God. He's dope. God's amazing. God's phenomenal. He's awesome. Source of everything. And he is the source of sustainable confidence. I just showed you that. I just proved that to you. So the third step, you, number one, admit, acknowledge, right, that you scared. Number two, right, admit, acknowledge that God is dope and that he can do anything, okay? And then number three, man, center yourself in God, man. Center yourself in God. Cut other things off, right? My favorite passage in all the Bible, Mark 1:35. Jesus got up early in the morning and went to a solitary place where he prayed. Went to a solitary place where he prayed. And if you wanted to continue, it says Simon and the boys went to look for him, and when they found him, they exclaimed, "Everyone is looking for you." Jesus replied, "Let us go into the nearby towns and the nearby villages, that I may preach there also, for this is why I've come." Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It all started by him getting away. And so when Simon and the boys came looking for him, he like, "Man, I ain't even trying to hear all that, dude. I done got with the Father. I know where I'm supposed to go, and I know what I'm supposed to do." He was giving them game. Took him a while to see it. Took him a while to get it. But Jesus was giving them game. And I'm here to give you some game. Get away from so many people. Get away from all this social media stuff. Just get away. Focus, concentrate on God. Get your confidence back. All right. Love y'all. Praying for y'all. Believe it in y'all. I'm out, man. Hope you guys have an amazing Saturday. If any of you are leaving comments or anything, I'll hit y'all back as soon as I'm done with this. Wrap it up. But yeah, man, love y'all, praying for y'all, believing in y'all. This is Travell C.W. Lynch, Mr. What? I am your self-worth specialist. And this was a special pop-up edition of the I Am the Possible podcast experience. Yes, the place where possibilities become perspective. Until next time, guys, be good.